All right, guys, new intro here for the Bear Pack. We hit our goal of 8,000 subs. Thank you guys very much. We're going to be giving away a jersey on our live show here soon. But, guys, we're looking at 9K subs now. We're getting to Thanksgiving time. We're getting to Christmas time. We would love to hit 10Ks by December 22nd, 23rd, somewhere around there, so we can give someone $1,000 for the Christmas gifts. That'd be a huge lift off someone's shoulders. So please get us a 10K. We love what we're doing. Thank you guys for the support. 12K subs after the 10K. We're going to send someone to a game. Probably not the Super Bowl. Don't get any ideas, guys. But we're gonna do our best to send you guys to two people to a couple games of your choice. That's probably not the Super Bowl. But guys, thank you again for all the support. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, let's get into some NFL picks and props for Sunday, November 12th slate of games. Take a look at that leaderboard. Trey, starts off.
Yeah, and I went 1-0 on Thursday Night Football because I gave out the Carolina Panthers to score under their 17.5 team total versus the Bears. It got a little bit sweaty there at the end, but thankfully they ended up cashing for us there. The Panthers offense just is so very bad.
Seth?
Yeah, Bears money line. That's all I got to say. Badgett took care of business. Bears took care of business. Win on the board.
Yeah, and I went 2-0. I don't know why it says 0-1. I went 2-0. I had the under 38.5 points scored, and I took the Panthers plus 3.5. Both my principal games because that game was gross, so I took the under, and I took the Panthers plus 3.5. So we did sweep the board 4-0 on the game picks. Let's do it again today. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, whoever makes the leaderboards probably messed that one up there. But for me, I went with the San Francisco 49ers at Jacksonville Jaguars game. And this game's going to be a very fun game to watch. Both teams, they have looked like true contenders for the Super Bowl this year. And the 49ers, they come in this game with a 5-3 record and are 4-4 ATS this season. And we all know this by now. They started off this season red hot with a 5-0 record, but have lost 3 straight games to the Browns, the Vikings, and the Bengals. And they have lost those 3 games by an average score of 24-17. So losing it by a touchdown every game. And the Jaguars, they enter this game with a 6-2 record and are 6-2 ATS as well. And they started off their season ice cold with a 1-2 record, and everybody was already starting to write them off. But now they have won 5 straight games, and one of those 5 games by an average score of 27-16. And the interesting thing about this game is that both teams, they're coming into it off of a bye week. So they should be prepped and ready for a battle here. But I'm going to take the road team, and I'm going to buy a half point. And I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers at -2.5 in this game. It is a little bit juiced to -140, but at the end of the day, we're just trying to win bets here, and I think this is a sure bet. And the 49ers, they did activate Deebo Samuel already for this game, which is absolutely huge news. And Trent Williams, he is a game-time decision, but he did practice in limited action towards the end of this week. So I think there is a chance for him to play, and if he does play, this bet is an absolute sure bet. The 49ers are going to win this game by at least a touchdown. And even if he doesn't play, I think they could still win this game by at least a field goal. The 49ers, they have already lost 3 games in a row. I just do not see them making that 4 here. So give me the 49ers here on the road, -2.5 against the Jaguars.
I like it, Trey. Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to the Saints versus Vikings, and I'm going to go to the alternate spread. And I am going to take the Saints at -2.5 in a field goal game. I'm going to start with Josh Dobbs, and I'm just going to say he's been an awesome story this season, and he's been playing really good football, and I actually thought it was a really good get for this Vikings team with Cousins being out for the rest of the year. But this one is going to be tougher for Dobbs. He's also going to be stepping into a matchup that the Vikings have struggled in over their last 10 meetings, as they are 4-6 in those meetings. To make things harder on Dobbs, this Saints defense is ranked 7th in the NFL in team defense and should have a lot of success in this game. The Saints offense has been up and down all season, but ever since they got Alvin Kamara back, we have seen an uptick in production, which makes a lot of sense due to how dynamic he is. This will also be a big-time game for the Saints that they need to win to start to pull away in their division. And honestly, these are the kind of games that the Saints need to take advantage of with a backup QB and no Justin Jefferson. I think the Saints take care of business here, at least by a field goal on the road. Dobbs has been good, but Saints defense is good. I can't trust Dobbs here in this game.
Yeah, I like that one as well. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Giants going on the road to take on the Cowboys. I'm going to use this time to talk about the Dallas Cowboys last week and how impressed I was because I think they're a good team this year. They were in the game against the Eagles, and I think they were the better team in that game. They had multiple opportunities to win, and because of the Dallas Cowboys, they did find a way to lose. However, with the loss and basically with the division being decided with that game, I'm optimistic that we might make a wild card and we can hopefully play the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round of the playoffs. If we beat the Eagles in the playoffs, that will basically be the Super Bowl for me because I've never seen the Dallas Cowboys win in the second round of the playoffs, and we'd be beating our division rivals. So I'm glad I got to discuss that. With that being said, I'm going to take the Giants here plus 17.5. The Dallas Cowboys are very angry. They want to destroy the Giants in this game. They want people to stop calling them frauds. They want to end New York's season, even though it's already over. And most importantly, they want to embarrass the worst team in this division. Thomas DeVito, I'm going to call him Thomas because I think he's better than Tommy. He invited the offensive lineman over for a sleepover at his parents' house this week, and I think that's going to spark this team. The Dallas Cowboys have already lost as a double-digit favorite this year against the Cardinals, so I do think the Giants can cover the 17.5. I also think it's a real possibility that the Dallas Cowboys could put up 60 points in this game, and Thomas goes off the field in an ambulance. But I'm going to take the Giants plus 17.5 because at the end of the day, these are all NFL teams. They're all good players out there, and to win a game by 17.5 points, you got to be good. You got to be great. 3 possessions is a lot. Give me the G-Men plus 17.5 as my play. Let's go with the player props. Trey, start us off.
That was a roller coaster, and I cannot believe that. But on Thursday Night Football, I went 1-0 because I gave out Chuba Hubbard to go under 43.5 rush yards versus the Bears. The Panthers offense, they're just so very bad. I said I was tossing and turning about which one to choose between Hubbard and Sanders. I could have chose both of them, and they both would have hit very easily. It's just so bad.
Seth?
Yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on with my NFL props. I do fine in NBA. I do fine in the other sports we cover, but man, I am struggling in NFL this year, and I put another loss on the board with Darnell Mooney at 27.5. He had been Bajan's favorite target all season, and he got 2 receptions for not very many yards. So that's all. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm sorry.
I think NFL is the hardest sport to gamble. Honestly, I think it's the hardest one. I think college football is probably the easiest, and college basketball is right up there with it. And then NFL is the hardest. But I did have a 1-0 night. I had Cole Kmet over 37.5 receiving yards. He did get that. He was in the 50s in the game. So I did go 1-0. Let's sweep the board tomorrow, though, boys. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm going to go over to a passing prop here. It's going to be a little bit of a risky one just because it might be one of the lowest numbers on the slate, but I love it regardless. Give me Lamar Jackson to go under 205.5 pass yards versus the Browns. It even went up a little bit because earlier I was taking it at 202.5. So I love that we're getting a few extra yards, but I really do love this under for Lamar in this game. I will say this, I love Lamar as a quarterback, and I think that he's one of the best in the NFL, but he's just getting such a tough AFC North matchup here against the Browns. And Lamar historically has struggled and not been very prolific against Cleveland in his career because Lamar, he has played against the Browns 10 times so far in his career, and in those games, he's only averaging 159 passing yards per game. In fact, he set the under 205 passing yards in 7 out of his 10 career games. And I expect it to continue here because Lamar, he is getting a very tough matchup against the Browns. They come in this matchup ranked as the number 1 pass defense in the entire NFL. That's because they only allow 145 passing yards per game. That's just absolutely insane. And I expect Lamar to continue to struggle in this game because if we look at his last 5 games against Cleveland, he has not sniffed this over at all. So give me Lamar Jackson to, have a good day, maybe using his legs, but to struggle through the air. I'm taking Lamar Jackson to go under 205.5 pass yards versus the Browns.
Seth?
Yeah, and I'm going to go to a receiving prop. I'm going to take Tyler Boyd to go over 45.5 receiving yards in this game. T. Higgins has already been ruled out in this game, so this already flexes Tyler Boyd to the number 2 option for Joe Burrow. Boyd has been targeted at least 5 times in 6 of his 8 games this year, so the volume and usage is there for him to hit, and it's even better now that T. Higgins won't be playing in this game. But the main reason I like Boyd here is the fact that the Texans have been really stout against the run this season, and they rank top 10 in opponent rush yards allowed. I think they will give Joe Mixon fits in this game, so the Bengals will likely look to pass to win this game, and I think Tyler Boyd can have a big game here with a lot of the attention going to Jamar Chase. Boyd may not be the flashiest player, but is a player that can get the job done and has the trust of Joe Burrow. So give me Boyd here to go over his 45.5 receiving yards. I will say I like his over receptions here as well, but when we were looking at it, I could not find receptions on this. But I'm sure we're going to get this at a decent number, and with T. Higgins being out, I do like that as well. But for my purposes of the play, I'm just going to take his over receiving yards.
Yeah, Seth, we're on the same page here. You're probably not going to see my prop, but I'm going to take Joe Himothy Burrow to go over 1.5 passing touchdowns going up against the Texans. I think the Bengals are going to kill the Texans in this game because the Texans are coming off a very emotional win against the Buccaneers in their last game, and the Bengals also have their quarterback, Joe Burrow, back to full health, and they are a different team, I believe, in the AFC. They're the team to beat now. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens are the 2 best teams right now in the AFC, even though the Chiefs have a good record, and they're still the Chiefs. They're still the Super Bowl champs, but the Bengals and the Ravens right now are the teams to beat. You can see the difference with this Bengals team when Joe Burrow is healthy. In his first 4 games, when he was banged up, he only had 2 passing touchdowns. In his last 4 games, ever since the Cardinals game, he's had a total of 10 passing touchdowns, and they beat the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Buffalo Bills. His passer rating has been above 108 in 3 of those 4 games as well. and he's thrown for 2+ touchdowns in all 4 of those games. Give me Joe Burrow and the Bengals to keep on rolling as he throws for more than 1.5 touchdowns against the Texans as my play. Guys, let's look at the graphic. Seth, starts off.
Yeah, and I have the Saints minus 2.5 against the Vikings. They've been really good against the Vikings over their last 10 meetings, and they should win by at least a field goal here. Then I have Tyler Boyd over 45.5 receiving yards in that game against Houston.
Trey?
Yeah, I took the 49ers traveling to Jacksonville minus 2.5. I feel like there's no way they lose 4 games in a row. As much as I would love to see it as a Raiders fan, I also took Lamar Jackson to go under 205.5 passing yards versus the Browns. I got some extra yards there. Looks like someone's taking the over, so I'll take the under.
Yep, and I'm going with the G-Men plus 17.5 against the boys, and then Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns going up against the Texans as my 2 plays. Guys, that's going to do it for NFL plays and props for Sunday, November 12th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,